Hey, what's up, AllCity fam? I'm AllCity, and thank you for tuning in. Hey, did Mike Wang really just delete all of the information he put out on his Twitter account? I dropped a video earlier today covering all of the information that Mike Wang released via Twitter, and I've been backtracking to see if I missed anything, and I just noticed that everything has been deleted that he released. This is where he had all the information. He was actually replying to a bunch of questions, and as you guys can see, I put here, did Baluba just delete all of his replies to the 2K community? Why? Because it doesn't make much sense. We've been waiting patiently to get information, and we finally get to hear from Mike Wang. He comes out of hibernation, and then within 24 hours, all of the information that he released has been deleted. The only mistake that I saw him make was him saying that players are not going to lose their 99 overall. And he had to release another response saying on next gen, they'll be able to keep their 99 overall, but on current gen players will indeed have a fluctuating overall. Aside from that, I can't see why he would delete all of the information that he released unless some of that information kind of messed with their marketing plan. Who knows? Maybe they'll drop something more organized, more detailed today, like a courtside report, although he did mention that we should be receiving a courtside report in a couple weeks. And even when I read that, I was like, a couple weeks? Man, the game drops September 10th. We are like right around the corner from release day. How are you going to release a courtside report in a couple weeks talking about gameplay? That may have served as another conflict of interest for 2K, but luckily we have everything covered because we were able to kind of gather a bunch of information, which I dropped a video on it earlier today covering all of the tweets and information that Mike Wang put out. We also got this bullet pointed list of everything he mentioned, so if you guys kind of want to take a screenshot of this, we could go over it real quick. In general, it says current and next gen are much more similar on court this year compared to last year. NBA 2K21 current gen and NBA 2K21 next gen were two completely different games, so it looks like they're going to be a little bit more similar this year. As far as shooting is concerned, yeah, I have been dropping a bunch of content on my TikTok. If you guys are not familiar with my TikTok, you may want to go check that out. TikTok has been going absolutely crazy, and I did drop a YouTube short and a video covering shooting, but he says here in regards to shooting in the first bullet point that is going to be a lot more weighted coverage in NBA 2K22, and that's just putting more emphasis on perimeter defense and perimeter shot contests. They did mention that you don't have to be as high as last year as far as your 3-point shooting attribute. You don't have to be as high as last year to be a perimeter shooting threat if you have good timing at least. Steady shooter out the game. The vibration shot cue out the game. Shot aiming out the game. Turning off your shot meter will give you a shot boost. Also, to add to shooting, they did mention that we're going to have new jump shot landings, and there is going to be a new shot meter. As far as dribbling is concerned, he did mention that dribbling is probably closer to NBA 2K20 than it is to 21 control wise. Holding the pro stick will always shoot like 20, but there are some new moves and combos that you're going to want to learn. And as far as animations are concerned, they're going to have seasonal content, and some are going to be held exclusive to the season. So you're not going to get every single animation like we're used to on release date. These things are going to be dropped throughout the season, so that way they could constantly maintain fresh content throughout the annual cycle of 2K22. They did mention as far as power forwards and centers, Mike Wang dropped a video about this saying that smaller players, even smaller guards, are going to have special abilities like noticeable speed differences and shooting differences for making smaller players in NBA 2K22. And if you're making a larger player, so if you're making a center out there, we all know that the centers in NBA 2K21 weren't nearly as good, and hopefully we'll see a better balance in build, and we'll see an expansion in the variety and type of builds you can make out there for 2K22. Both current gen and next gen will have very similar SIG animations, and that pretty much covers the gist of everything Mike Wang had to share. I can't still understand why he would delete all of that information. There has to be some sort of conflict of interest with marketing or sales, or maybe they just intend to drop a more constructive format of all of this information instead of Mike Wang replying to tweets on his Twitter page. As always, stay tuned. If you found this information helpful and or informative, please consider dropping a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, as we intend to have a ton of NBA 2K22 content coming your way. Catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.